This local Castle Country sports update with Jordan Buscarini from KOAL.
Standing at Pinnacle High School, being joined by Price City Mayor Mike Kourianos. And Mayor, it's great to chat with you. It's great to catch up with you in a basketball gym. This is a little bit better setting than what we're used to.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I used to play at the gym next door on Sundays and Saturdays and whenever we could get into that gym. So this is like my home right here.
I know that, athletics in general are pretty near and dear to you, right?
Absolutely.
And so Coach Jones has put this camp on now 4 years. It gets bigger and bigger, and he's made sure to label it a community basketball camp. And here you are today talking to the youth.
It's been a pleasure to see the youth, what they're doing and participating, but also getting the technical advice from somebody that is really knowledgeable to give them those tools. And here's what he's doing also, and that's why he brought me in. He's given the tools inside the gym. I'm hoping I can help them outside this gym with the tools for our community.
So when you see, and this is kids of all ages, I mean, we have 3 different sessions. High school kids will be coming in here relatively soon. I mean, he's reaching so many different age groups. I'm sure that's why this appeals to you, right? And plus, you got to know Coach Jones quite well when he was at USU Eastern.
Oh, absolutely. Ray is genuine. He cares about the community. He cares about the youth. And he not only puts, he's not only verbally talking about it, he's putting his money, his time, his talents back into the community. That's rare for me to see that. That's a benefit for our community. And I hope that this keeps on growing and whatever I can do to help make this program phenomenal. It's nice that Pinnacle is using their gyms for this, for our community.
Ever since I've known you, since I was little, you've always put a big emphasis on youth, always. Every time we talk about kids, even today, right? How do we make this better for the kids? So when you have an opportunity to come into a basketball camp, these kids are already engaged. Some of them are tired. They're holding their knees. They've been playing basketball all day, and you have an opportunity to speak to them. What's the one thing that you want them to come away with and say, yeah, the mayor told me this?
Is people care outside this gym. That's the one thing. And as we talked about carbon caring for kids, there was a need and the community came together to support our youth. That's what I hope that resonates with them, is that people do care, not only inside this gym to see them play, but also outside. When they're faced with, I don't have food on my table, I don't have a home to lay my head on, or to go to bed, or whatever they might be contemplating, because I think society and the way we communicate, and that's what I reached out and talked to them on how they communicate, is very important to all of us. Some of us keep our problems in to the point where it overwhelms us, and then we make some mistakes or bad choices. But I think the one thing that we can learn from this is that, hey, people do care. I just have to open my mouth and let someone know to help.
You also talk to the kids about life lessons that they will learn on the floor that you can apply outside of the gym as well, right? So going back to your playing days, what was the one thing that you took from basketball that you can say, okay, now later on in life, here I am, Price City Mayor, this aspect of what I learned from basketball has helped me in this realm?
So basically, and that's a very important part, is focusing on what your goals are, because you're always going to have conflicting opinions, but deep down in your heart the direction, what needs to go to achieve those goals is very important in life. You need not to focus on what's being said. You can take those opinions. Sometimes some of those opinions are good, but I think a lot of it, your direction, you see the bigger picture from where you sit. And those can conflict with your goals or the things that you're trying to accomplish.
Mayor, I definitely appreciate you taking out the time. Like I said, I enjoy this environment a little bit more than the studio, right? I think we're more at home in a basketball gym.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you.
We're here at Pinnacle High School. I'm being joined by Coach Ray Jones as we talk about the Pinnacle Community Basketball Camp. Coach, it's not over yet. We're getting close to it. How's it been so far?
It's been phenomenal. It's been a great time. I think it's gotten better every year. The kids are working hard. They're having fun. We got to get a lot of good feedback from them. It's exhausting, and it's funny because they're tired, and I'll come in limping, and Nikki will come in limping, and they're going, "What y'all tired for? Y'all ain't did nothing." It's just like, guys, a lot that goes into it for everybody, but it's going great.
I love the 3 different age groups that you guys have. Okay, so the first age group, I want to start there. This is all about loving the game of basketball, right? Making it fun, making sure you enjoy the game of basketball. So we can start with that age group.
It's supposed to be high energy. You want to introduce them to the game, still give them a little structure. It's funny because my first year we used the ideology, it's like herding cats. This year, I got to be honest, I went home and I was like, this was not herding cats. I mean, it was like herding sheep, but it was not herding cats. This was awesome because they responded a lot better. I think we've gotten a lot better at how to be with them, and it's gone really well with them.
You know how to connect to young kids, obviously, because you can get a group of 3rd graders to zone in. There are teachers, paid professionals that can't do that. You get them to do that in a basketball gym.
Yeah, I have the privilege of making them run, though. So I think in a classroom they might struggle with me a little bit. But out here, I can make them run, and they're like, okay, never mind, I don't want to do that.
So we just watched the middle school age group. Okay, this one you ramp it up a little bit, right? So what's the biggest difference? What are you implementing in that second age group that maybe we don't see in that first age group?
I think everything remains the same except for the attention to detail and the depth of knowledge, right? I think obviously you can give them more as middle schoolers than you could maybe a 3rd grader, but the attention to detail, so we're a lot more particular as they grow up, right? In the middle school, where their feet are and the way that their elbows are in when they shoot, these things start to come in more into play.
You like that age group?
I do. I'd like all the age groups. I don't know if I have a favorite, but yeah, I like all the age groups.
It just seems like that one right there, you get to mold them a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to mold them a lot more. I think it could be like a give and take. I think the talent level, the higher you get is better, but you do get to mold the middle school a little bit more.
Okay, so you were a professional basketball player, played D1 ball. On top of all that, you've coached, right, at multiple levels. High school's got to be fun because that's competition. You got to be a competitor to go through the career path that you've gone through. So this next age group coming in, it's all competition, right?
It's a lot of that. It's gotten really, really gritty, and it's like a privilege to be able to coach them. And I think some people hear the word coaching hard, and they might take it in a more of a scary way. But it's just an honor to be able to have kids that you can push and challenge to be what you think that they can be. You can see it in them, and your job is to try to reach in, and if not pull it out of them, at least poke it so they know that it's there. And so I think we've done that with the high school camp. I think we've challenged them in ways maybe they haven't been. And it's just fun because I've played at that level. I've been a high school kid trying to go against what they would classify as the Mantis, or they would classify as the Penguins, like the upper echelon teams. And you're going, you know what, we want to be that team. And I've been there, and it's awesome.
You have 36 high school kids. So that's growing, right? Mm-hmm. That age group, it is growing over the last few years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's grown. Every age group is grown. And I think total overall throughout the camp, we'll have about 125 to 130, give or take the day, that attended the camp. And so it's been growing astronomically over the course of 4 years.
You got to work out, too, over the last few days, haven't you?
My voice has gotten probably the most workout, but I tried to dunk a minute ago, and I could barely grab the rim. So I'm going to blame, the kids for that. So if it looks bad on Thursday when I got to dunk, then I'm going to blame them.
Listen, physically, you can be a little bit down, right? Vocally, you can be a little bit down, but you still got that $1 million smile. Like the pearly whites are still showing it. That's all that matters, right?
Hey, man, I give it an eggshell white, or something like that. Well, maybe not 1 million. The decimal point can move about 6 places to the left. But, it is what it is. I got about $1 smile. It's great.
Coach, I appreciate you letting us come and talk, and it's always fun to come on down here.
Hey, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure.
Don't move anymore.
The new cards are in at Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Stylish and new features to make shopping easier, like tap to pay and compatibility with mobile wallet. Stop in today and get your new card while you wait.
So take your money to people you trust. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Depend on us.